Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
Dragon on the flip side, but I think at this stage with the mismatch, more than likely going to be Fnatic being able to trade then for the Void Groups when they spawn in just a minute and a half.
And Fnatic conceding some of the power. Also the kind of explosiveness you expect in a game with a Pantheon Kalista Rel hasn't been there. Although as I say that, Kana stunned, waiting to get close enough so the Thundering Blow can't knock him away. Mickey now going to follow. Kana should just die here. Mickey quick to tank. Reset is there from Upset if he needs it. He does. That's first blood going through for the side of Fnatic. So they get something, but again, it's early game. There is a 1K gold lead for Fnatic, right? But they've given a lot of objectives to get it. And if Humanoid goes down here, oh, Severable flash in, Q! Can't flash that auto, baby!
Really nice play from Yike. You can see him waiting in that
Different
Raptor
pace of game. I don't know if there's some jitters or some overcommitment to lane swaps. Or maybe they just had to wait for Vladdy to back in a bad time. Vladdy, he's gonna die here. Upset though might be in trouble as well. Wukong all to follow. Razork on the way in, but it looks like Kalista should go down. Noctum is there, not enough to stop the second proc of the Cyclone. Now it's Mickey following as well. Every time Fnatic get a little something, Casey just take more.
Good cover again from Yike though.
Weaver adaptation for that Silent lane just to make sure that he can't threaten Oscar.
And now we're getting to the very tense stages when you play Draven.
The first item spike for lethality. We'll see if it pays off, if it gets him that payday faster.
Mickey is on the wrong side of the map.
He caught. Yike to follow. Mickey can't hit anyone or he'll take tower aggro, so he's just wandering out, waiting to mount, and that's the cash out! Just a huge bag of money, hand-delivered to Kalist.
Mickey just
swapped so many times to disrupt their laning strategy, and they were successful. But KC still got objectives, and now KC have cashed out the Draven, everything you could ever want. And you said it, Jack. Well, we'll see if Vladdy can make it out of this exchange. Looks like Gravfield not quite fast enough with the Chaos Storm, excuse me. Follow up there, and now it looks like Humanoid just going to fall. Another TP in. TP going to be matched by KC. It's starting to fall apart for the side of Fnatic.
Every time Fnatic seem to look at somewhere on the map, Yike is there. Like every point that Fnatic have tried to attack, both Targamas and Yike have been there to defend.
On side lanes.
They've definitely set KC up for success here. We'll see this Drake contest, but Targamas on the wrong side of the wall.
Hasn't procced Aftershock, so he's just gonna get one popped here. Beautifully layered CC. If he hit anyone, if he autoed anyone, he would have been too damn tanky, but they just nail him.
But both supports here making crucial mistakes before objectives, with Mickey getting caught out before the Herald, and now Targamas getting caught out before the Drake. It's this little bit of maybe nervousness or just trying to go for a little bit too much, but both teams are eager to pounce, and Kalista's far up
on the way in. Kalist locked up. That's gonna be big money over to the side of Upset. Now they're trying to keep the fight going. Spyline to spare out, but Razzler's not gonna take a whole hell of a lot of damage. Mount up into the Herald from Herald, ramming into Humanoid, getting the ulti down as well. Styling as he gets the reset. He might look for one more, flashing out. Yike! Playing like a demon in this game.
Yike is making a montage on him with the Combat Herald into the ultimate as he takes down Humanoid. That was beautiful.
That was sick from Yike, and honestly, great to capitalize on what was going to be a big Fnatic win. Kalist overextended in mid. You never saw Fnatic show in the bot wave, but still tried to make the play on Upset. But now, here we go.
Again, Mickey making his way out there. Now it looks like it's Targamas who's overextended. Vladdy does decent damage, but not enough to tear through Upset's health bar. Razork chasing, that's one down. Upset stepping past the grasping Mara. KC backing off, but Targamas
never showed in the bot wave. Kalist went for the play aggressive onto Upset, and immediately Mickey and Razork were able to collapse. Although Humanoid here definitely went too far, but now topside, wait, what?
Oscar going in. Kana now running, trying to get the extra movement speed. One more auto, Q flash forward, a little bit more damage. Oscar desperate to finish the kill. Yike on the way, going to be forced back. The Baba's special, not gonna see it, but Kana playing with fire there.
Let's just finish this. But
they're pings.
Yeah, there. Looks like Casey wants to try to contest still.
Nah, they're dropping it. They're just maybe a cheeky shot blast over the wall. Maybe see if anyone wanders a bit too far.
No way. Oh! League out there somewhere who is delighted that there's been these steals coming through.
Some absolute wacko who's like, Kana's gonna steal an objective. You were right. I don't know how. I was gonna say good on, Fnatic getting some objectives, putting themselves. I was gonna say all these things about Soul Point. Kalista is an objective team, as they catch, but Targamas still a good buffer.
Very deep here. Yike is behind.
Yike with a follow-up, and this is where Kalista just gets a free auto. That is a terrifying Draven. Upset is dead. Mickey will scoot his way out of Upset's body to find a way back under the tower. Excellent pick from KC.
Fnatic didn't need to try and force it though. You had everyone on reset, and now maybe more.
Oscar on the way in, I think, just to try and delete the wave. There's no hope really here of taking the fight, just trying to get them out. Mickey will fall to Vladdy, but now KC want more. Kana is out for blood. He took an objective. He wants to take their lives. Knockback with a Thundering Blow. Taken his sweet time in the mid lane, baby. The montage does not stop. Kalist with a double in mid.
And KC are just getting absolutely everything as Fnatic are so disjointed. First upset and Mickey trying to go for too much in enemy jungle, and then they get shut down under tower as they try to defend 3v5. It's just the type of incoherence that we've unfortunately grown used to from Fnatic, doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think 80 carry propaganda right now, and you're the person who's going to shut me down. I am seeing the Wukong. Yeah.
I was going to say, it's also 2v3.
Delivering on the Draven. We're in Fearless, right? So if KC don't win the game where Kana gets Jace, or Fnatic don't win the game where Upset gets Kalista, that feels like a huge blow as we get deeper into the best of 5. It's Mickey. Caught out, Kalista doing a lot of damage here. Mickey just gonna get one shot. Reset now coming in, and it's Yike once again. The monkey just keeps spinning. Oscar gonna try to disengage. Looks like Yike will finally go down, or will he? Yes. Soul Furnace gonna pop, and now it's Vladdy with the perfect setup to follow through. Humanoid goes golden, but the timing will keep him standing for an extra second. Not enough for him to take down Kalist. Down he goes. Kalist unstoppable, and the game is over. It might look like there are players still alive. There might still be structures, but KC are too damn strong.
I mean, Oscar does get 1,000 gold from Yike here as Targamas tries to flash over the side to block his escape, but he still ends up getting out. But you see how strong Yike is on this Wukong. He can just jump into 4 members and cause so much havoc in the back as the game progresses.
Yeah, you can see as well, they're even shifting both Vladdy and Targamas up to that top side, so kind of can get played as well. They're covering side lanes well, so even if Fnatic want to try and go for some sort of counter punch, it's not even there. Are pretty uncharacteristic. I will say, like, these are not things that we traditionally see from Upset and Mickey as much as trying to take 2v2s like that, but it's never the case again Baron. Yeah.
Wow. Fnatic don't even walk up to contest.
Making some of those same fumbles that they did in their series yesterday. Although I imagine that they've probably learned from those mistakes.
Yeah, you can see them grouping up here, which is just a nice any sort of engage from Mickey. So what you really want to look for when an enemy team has Nashor is when they try to play multiple lanes and they actually split up, and you can punish one of the people that are on side or the people that are not grouped. But when they're all together like this, okay, Oscar in and tries to go.
Body block goes in from Targa. Kalist flashing out, interrupt from Targa is also good. Ulti onto Upset, buying a bit more space. Upset's now going to be in trouble trying to zone his way back, but it's Kana on the flank. Keep your eyes on this Jace. Where does he go in? Hammer form, decent damage, knocking back Mickey. Upset forced back as well, and Yike finally going with the ulti. Good disruption coming in, but Oscar cannot channel a Q. CC used beautifully to stop the Scion from getting any effect as all of Fnatic forced to retreat, likely to give up the tower, but are going to be sprinting out of base for the re-engage.
They managed to get the health bars back though, so they won't lose the inhibitor, but can they get more off the back? Mickey trying desperately to chase them down, but there's just no one here.
I mean, to be honest, they kind of pulled off a miracle here, being able to take down this front line.
Definitely be tough. The vegetarian Victor build. Pescatarian, still eats fish. KC zoned away a bit by Oscar. Oscar's still pretty damn tanky, unending despair, at least healing up some of the damage, but Yike is really unconcerned. Quick use of the clone. Followed now from the ulti coming in from Rattler. Instant spiraling despair right as the Aegis assault fades away, though he's going to be slowed up, and it's Kana isolated. Kana for a repo, and has he overstayed? Flashing out, held onto it for so long, and it's Yike going in again, finding 3 members. Kalist untouched on the backside. Mickey retreating. The Draven free to run rampant in the exchange. Upset running for his life, taking Mickey with him. KC get the exchange, losing not a single member. Oscar in and sent packing, and this might just be the game.
KC's had the fight in their sights, and they knew exactly how they wanted to try and play it out, separating the backline from Fnatic and taking them down bit by bit.
Yeah, Targamas just wonderfully zoned off Upset here with the help of Vladdy, which just made it so he couldn't join his team. And with that, it's going to be the soul for KC. They're probably going to be able to break up an inhibitor here as well. Or maybe they back off, but just the soul in and of itself might be what broke the camel's back.
Yeah. Fear into Oscar, and you can just see Yike frontlining pretty effortlessly there. Has the Sun Sky, has Ocean now. They're going to need to full commit to a fight, and KC have the time to play side lanes here. Knock down another tier 2.
And it's a 10,000 gold lead. Ocean Soul, and Nash spawning in a minute. It's going to be tough for Fnatic.
For a massive capture curse, but I'm inclined to agree with you. 9K lead. They haven't covered the top side of the map. Fnatic buying time to play on these waves through top, but it still might just be a 50-50. Oscar taking a bunch of damage. Now, if they lose him, they might just lose in an instant. Fnatic forced away to try and contend in the fight as Kalist just continues to solo objective. This is a 4v5, and it might be the best fight that they can get, but Oscar's already dead right as the fight is starting. Severing Bolt, not enough. The shield from the Soul Furnace keeping him standing. Yike zoned back, but he can just go in at a moment's notice. He's in the base, breaking an inhibitor. Fnatic being herded around the map.
Kalist is still on Baron. Yike isn't even there.
Yike running. Kalist wants to finish the objective, but Yike might give his life. This is big for Fnatic, a decent opportunity. Baron there, but they're going to lose at least 60 seconds because Yike isn't a part of the picture.
I think they tunnel visioned a bit too much on trying to stop Razork from ulting. That team just presses S, minions end the game.
Fair enough. Controversial press S strat. Mickey going in under the tower, full engage, but a nice peel back. They're getting deleted. Kalist catching in as Vladdy finds a perfect combo across the entire fight. Despair of Fnatic.
And you killed Kalist, but at what cost here? As KC have them routed, they're going to be able to pick off Oscar. Maybe not.
Running. Targa on the chase. Oh! Hits him with the Pengu.
And his 30-second death timers here. You have to feel that KC can just run it down.
That was heartbreaking for Upset. He flashed into the maw from Vladdy and immediately regrets his life choices. But I think that's kind of been the story a little bit for Fnatic in this one, as KC looked to take game number 1.
And it was a brawl. It was a well-fought game. Some mistakes coming in from both teams, but ultimately it's KC that looked a lot stronger in this game 1.
Weathered the early game storm, responded well to the swaps, got the objectives, took the fights, found better picks. KC. Incredible momentum. Harder for the Rumble and the Rise to get into melee range, the Rakan as well, but the peel that they have is so hard to reliably pull off. 1700, Razork.
I mean, they're kind of just playing to buy time here because KC's bot lane really wants to match them.
On the TP. Humanoid is level 7, so he could have realm warped in.
Yeah, I think they got a bit overzealous with the fact that KC's flashes were down, so they really want to warp. Well, Kalist ended up staying while his whole team recalled.
Perhaps the right amount of zealous from a team named Fnatic. We'll find out here. Kalist, level 5, should be no way out of this dive. He accepts his fate. Zeal was the appropriate answer. A lot of enthusiasm for Blood there from the side of Fnatic. Looks like they have lost a mid-wave.
I think what the problem was, Oscar didn't TP bottom. They took so long for Fnatic to get set up. Kalist has walked the entire way from bot lane up to the top side.
So Upset still hitting the tower. Bubble there. Night time for Razork, needs to back up. Kalist coming in off the side. Razork flashing over all the culling there. Yike now going to follow. 3-man knock going in from Mickey to Targamas in trouble. That's one vulnerable fish, but Targamas still living. Kalist playing through. Bubble not quite going to connect. Nice back step from Mickey trying to get tricky with it. Kalist still standing, still auto-attacking. Upset making the feathers fly, bringing him right back in. Goes to sleep, but takes one with him. Vladdy making it a nightmare for the side of Fnatic, though, as they take the fight.
KC managing to hold on so well.
So this is one of the frustrating things about Zoe, right? When she controls that fog of war, she just pokes from such long range without having to overcommit herself. Drake deleted. Again, Kalist and Yike both so powerful at this point in the game, those single item spikes. And Vladdy contesting. Instant engage, though. That's the combo. Response comes in from Kana, though. Mitigates a lot of damage. Targamas is low, but the follow-up is not there. Razork with the pullback. Looking to get one. Looking to get that shutdown onto Yike. Challenge is Studio. Yike unconcerned. The feathers pull back, but they don't hit a damn thing. KC again finding the angle. A beautiful equalizer. Ain't equalizing shit. KC find the angle.
And the engage looked so good for Mickey, but there's just no follow-up. They've already kind of...
All right, KC. The catch here. Razork is all on his lonesome. Bubble from a mile away. He's stuck in the wall. Probably just a spectator bug. No, he lives there now. 2-man ulti. It's not going to do anything. KC find another pick.
Great timing on it as well. They'd interrupt Mickey's reset for the Rift Herald.
Gold lead not insurmountable. KC in a much more comfortable position. Can afford to get aggressive as you see Kalist there. Tidal Wave knockup does connect onto Upset. Will he be forced to ulti here? Yike dropping the Herald. Perhaps this is a way out. Wants to break up mid lane tower. Razork off to the side with Upset's health bar blinking. I don't think they can afford to start a fight realistically. KC happy to just take the objective as the taunt on the side will clip Humanoid. Followed up by the sleep. The damage coming in now as well, and down goes Humanoid. And Drake fight not going to be crucial because there's not going to be a fight.
It's a good engage by Mickey again. He looked more and more in control.
Yeah, and again, it was just the fact that you had no vision on that bottom side jungle for Fnatic. Meant that Kana was...
And really the Zoe here is just going to continue to be a bigger and bigger problem. The Galio as well. The range they have to find these picks, to find these angles is very lucky that that one doesn't connect. Tower barely not going to fall, though. One more melee minion. You can do it. It's your time to shine, Chief.
Get him!
Oh God, you don't do any damage, bro. Playing Zoe starts to feel like a walk in the park.
And it's interesting to see again KC kind of taking this much slower pace of game even when they get these leads, because we saw the same yesterday where game 1 and 2 was a little ropey, but 3, 4 they just locked in, played a very slow, very cognizant game of how we want to step on the map, how the macro wanted to be played, and just not giving opportunities to the enemy to come back.
And I mean, we saw it yesterday in the broadcast as well, highlighted in the voice comms, like talking mid-game about how they weren't on the same page, but the issues of like they get mid lane control. Easy for Yike to just start up this Otacon. Kalista and Targamas have to be careful not to overstay. And Mickey's going to try to make the play happen. Flash, forward, flash response from Targamas. Nice tidal wave into the choke. Chain CC's there, and it might just be Razork falling. Using the ulti now, catching out Yike. Perhaps a moment where they can turn it back, but he uses an ulti of his own, and Kalista finds the kill. Root connects, but not the damage. Fnatic running.
Great patience from Targamas on the wave, waiting until Fnatic can actually come into that choke point so they can find the
need to go into the short-range champions, respecting, saving their cooldowns for that long-range engage. But we'll see Fnatic down some flashes. It's a similar story for KC, but the sleep connects on upset. That means the cleanse is already gone. Decent chunk of the health bar as well. Oscar in on the flank. 3K. Great ulti. Kana not in the area quite yet. He's not ulting the team, which means the rest of KC is zoned away. The steal now coming in again. The Soul Leaders and the LEC playoffs keep taking these objectives. Kana gets a kill, but he loses the objective, and now it's Humanoid sprinting. Phase rush procced. Running forward. Mickey trying to use him as a highway to get into the fight. Nice taunt coming in from Kana. Wants to turn the fight back. Mickey backstepping as well. KC will get the retreat, but they lose the objective. And a 1-for-1 trade.
And it's the Otacon for Fnatic that is the real prize here.
Ult on towards Vladdy from Razork, but now he's been taking the half health because Vladdy doesn't have that flash, but he's just playing so far away. I don't think Fnatic have a chance.
Yike so powerful as well. Razork getting chunked out. Taunt onto Humanoid now, but they don't need to follow. The discipline from KC in these fights is phenomenal. They finally caught Kana, but no one else is in range, and Vladdy just continues to land the paddle stars.
It just looks impossible for Fnatic as they can't enter.
They don't have any HP on their engaged threats. They're dead now. Vladdy, again, cannot miss.
And it's a poke masterclass from KC as they're just playing so disciplined, as you said, Dracos. It's just diligence and discipline at work here that leads them to the Cloud Soul, and it kind of feels like the game. Fnatic cannot get control anywhere. They can never enter. It looks unplayable.
I mean, it's because the 600 gold lead is there for us
to pick up MR here, upset and Humanoid. Smirk treads, but not much else.
Mickey has a crazy flank here. This could be it.
Vladdy, Humanoid stepping up,
keeping behind.
taking his time. Mickey ready to find the angle. Two-man engage, fall from upset, trying to get involved, but Yike immediately going to knock him back. Oscar in on the backside, trying to catch Vladdy. That's going to be one sleepy rumble. Razork manages to catch him, but it doesn't look like Yike is concerned whatsoever. KC are just more powerful, dancing on Fnatic.
The circles are just too powerful for KC, and it's a Venn diagram of destruction for Fnatic.
And it's such a great flank from Mickey. He's able to get on
one of our top teams, but there was a lot of doubts coming through from the regular split. Their early game did not look good. Their mid games they could still bring back through team fighting, but this KC is dangerous and they're proving it.
Certainly are. Neither of these champions want to tank this. Razork is not tanky in the context of this game. There's not even any armor pen on Kalista. It does not matter. Yike now following up. That is one dead jungler.
I didn't know Kalista was half playing Trundle in this game as well, ripping through every tank that steps up. KC, they're looking to crack up the base as well.
Gold lead like this, composition like this, it's pretty impossible for Fnatic to hold. They don't have the range, they don't have the wave. Ryze is not a control mage. He doesn't just get to walk up for free.
And Kalista can just keep dashing forward here. All they need is one more Vladdy bubble. They can probably look to end. As Fnatic desperately hold on.
And look, you said if Genji was playing this composition, you'd be scared. Oh, I think KC playing this composition also looking pretty damn scary. Mr. Spectra, Fnatic though, hungry for the engage. We'll find Yike. Nice double knock up into the taunt. Follow up there. Man, it's just, there's too much damage. Humanoid deleted. KC stopping that engage in its tracks. Now onto the Nexus. Flash in, they're gonna take Kana. He goes golden. He'll still probably die. Bubble, he flashes. He's still living. Go away. He escapes. Not even the fountain laser is enough.
Give them something, KC. Come on.
Oscar Rinden's gonna fall. Yike still standing. Upset's making the feathers fly, but Zoe making the game.
Lane's very good ability to snowball. I do get a little bit worried if they throw a couple of kills to the Neferi. That can really throw some problems into the plan. Fnatic do have...
time we see her step away from it, but that combined with the struts means that Kalista's that much faster back out onto the map. Can open mid and still make it top in time. Humanoid now level 5. He's doing a little bit better in the trades while he's starting to run. Yike finds the lockup. Razork trying to get involved with a lot of damage on the Targamas. Now it's Yike in trouble. So much damage from Razork. He's desperate to finish this kill. Targamas running as well. Upset trying to finish. It looks like he might get one more barrier. The shield coming in, trying to defy. Cliff wants to get one back, but they're still living. They're still hanging on. Whip on the root. Cliff walking forward. Another auto coming in. A love tap. Finishes it off. Cliff, though, has to be careful for the dive. Upset is low, but Razork's on the way, and he can reset the tower aggro. The Darkened Dagger's about to come out, leaping in. The dogs have found their target. Upset still standing. 3 kills in a matter of of seconds.
And that's exactly what Fnatic needed to start off this game.
So, I mean, excellently read by KC to find that opportunity despite not having mid-prio.
Yeah, it's also nice because it should tick Yike over to level 6 as well, which he kind of desperately needs because you see level 7 already for Razork. He's been farming up an absolute storm, plus those early 2 kills. Eclipse now complete for him, so if you end up running into Razork as Yike, I don't think it's going to be his coming from. Obviously, the CS advantage as well, but it's just been kind of able to continuously whack away at this turret. Now, Fnatic, though, going for the reset. Looks like they are going to try and look for something around the Void Grubs, but Kana moving up here as well. KC want to contest.
Yike. Razork walking in face first, really just not afraid, but with Kana on the way, he may need to be a little bit cautious. Second Dark and Dagger's charge, going to burn down at least one grub.
I really want to see Fnatic fight this. They have either advantage on Neferi and the level
They really
lead.
just don't want to fight. I guess they're afraid of the Maokai ult, the potential combo. They just want to give Upset that time alone in top lane. Kalist taking a decent chunk of damage. Meanwhile, Oscar also getting some plates, so willing to concede the 2 grub buff. How much is it going to cost them? Heal out of the ulti. Razork backstepping. Kana ready to get involved. Yike's ulti as well. Flash forward from Mickey. Going to catch 3. Decent damage. Fall back ult across the top, but it can't quite finish the kill. Now it's Oscar getting involved, and Razork looking for a couple of resets. Vladdy trying to find the angle on the ult, and he gets him. Sends the dog packing. Vladdy finds that it's on Humanoid now. Q3 going to connect on the 1. Looking for a little bit more damage, but it's a 3v1. There's nothing he can do. Triple kill for Kalist.
And KC punish Fnatic completely as they get the grubs. Like a second Drake going to the side of KC.
It's just the amount of control that you're offering with Yike on the Maokai as well when you're in a position like this. Kalist has mid push. Cool, we can just play for these choke points. And look at the confidence Targamas is playing with, right? He's just in Razork's face saying, if you try anything, I've got a Maokai in behind me, I've got a mid lane, or my AD character come across from here.
Nice from Humanoid. Clean follow-up. Excellent buffer on the Q3, and it's going to earn him a kill. Now instantly the follow going in from Razork, but as he got a little bit over eager, Targamas health bar blinking. Clipped on the way in. It should just be Razork dead. Dashes out, but gets taken down. A good pick. Comes in from Humanoid, but Razork getting a little bit over eager in the moment as the ulti comes out to try to stop the base.
It tries to find Humanoid there, but doesn't quite catch him. But it's a great individual play from Humanoid, followed up by a little bit of overzealousness from Razork, which feels like a big shame. Because if you're able to just get that pick, get that Drake, you're finally on the board objective-wise. But again, it's another objective going for the side of KC.
And especially when your only counterplay is, hey, we've got some gold on towards our Ornn who's pushing in topside. It's not really the win that you're hoping for, but maybe getting Kana.
I thought it was a clone, but that is the real Nico. Walking face first into Renekton.
Great pick by Mickey.
That'll do nicely. Getting back away from that bot lane turret, and KC look like they're going to set their eyes on that. And it looks like Fnatic could be able to trade that for the top turret as well, but we'll see.
Humanoid needs to be very careful
Wants
here,
to clear the way.
Maybe he can
still
kill
stepping
Kana before they
forward.
come.
Ulti and TP out as well. Snaps back, does not have Q3 ready to go. Yike's ult on the way in, perfectly ranged out to find that pick. Humanoid gonna go down. Gold over to Vladdy. Oscar's gonna get a little bit of money back, a wave, but even if he finishes the tower, it's still a great deal for KC.
And you were talking about kind of the classic Fnatic mistakes going back to bite them. There's one as well, just overextending the side lane for Humanoid. Now they will get mid turret, at least off the back of the Herald, and also get that top tower, but Humanoid just didn't need to die in the encounter.
Yeah, it's a good, still a good trade up for Fnatic as long as they can defend this tier 2. And I think with the TP of Oscar they can. But you have to feel that if Humanoid just backed off
this kind of composition.
It's pretty crazy that this is game 3 Fearless that they got all these.
This is actually true. Game 3 Maokai Nazir, okay. Razork untargetable for a moment. Vladdy now on the chase. Forced to flash, dash, try to make it out. Yike finds a little bit of lockup on the Upset. Qs are connecting. Red buff making this painful. And again, Yike pretty squishy. Phase rush, but no aftershock as Humanoid just continues to pressure on side.
This is chasing. That's the TP out. But he got the bot top. First able to get Razork and now Mickey as well. Putting so much pressure on Fnatic lineup.
And look at Oscar in, he has to reset now to try and walk out. Kana just sticks around, gets the tower now. He's going to reset and be able to TP into this engagement as KC need him.
Fnatic lead the lamp poke here. So crucial. The Drake is already taken down fast.
KC body blocking the attempts to get in. That's the Maokai ultimate zoning the entirety of Fnatic away. Mickey using the clone. Steel won't come through. Fnatic now looking for a few exit kills. Horn been blown. Ornn not going to find a single target, but Vladdy is going to get chunked out by the Azure ultimate. Kana now ready to get in the midst of the entire fight, but it's Targamas who's been caught. Targamas who's been isolated. Kana re-engaging, but won't get anyone. Now needs to retreat as the rest of his team is on the run. But a beautiful ult over the wall from Kalist gets a bit of chip damage back. Blinking health bars across the board, but nobody is dead yet. 5 still standing on either side. Teamfight played on the absolute edge, but it's KC who get the objective.
And this is the punishment of not having flash on your support jungle here, as Mickey can't go in, he can't find the engage that you need. Razork, he can't continue chasing. They just don't have the firepower that they need to really start a fight and get it going.
Gives them the Sterix, and that Sterix was the only thing that kept them alive at the end of that fight, so very, very close, but here we go.
Humanoid going in, pushback is there, flash forward. A little bit of extra shielding, waiting out the duration. Nicely played by Vladdy. Targum is there with the shield. I don't even think he needed it. Zhonya's to wait out the lifeline shield. Clever moment there. Humanoid cannot find the 1v1.
And that's going to be Atakan going to the side of KC. Actually, Fnatic look like they want to try to contest here, 4v5, but Vladdy is TPing in with the Sonias. I think this might be tough for Fnatic.
Will the confidence be rewarded? Or is this the final fight? Mickey wandering forward, Maokai ultimate, Oscar in and looking to disengage. Razork low, Otacon down, Vladdy on the chase. KC descend upon Fnatic, punishes them for even coming to watch the Otacon fall. Kalist unstoppable, Kana unconcerned, KC get everything.
Kana played
something, but there's nothing to get. As Kana, as you said, holds this bush beautifully. Dodges the Astral W, dodges the Astral Q, and then Upset actually misclicks on the ward.
Pushing in. Trying to gain as much space as they can. KC just retreating. They don't want to give them a good fight. Make them pull the Drake. Respect the potential for the engage.
I like the Fnatic are trying to fight for control over it though, because if they can pull this dragon down, it opens up a flank angle for Humanoid, but Kana going to match him now.
Ulti to dry space, unstoppable now, but Oscar won't be able to hit the Ornn ulti back. Taking a decent chunk out, Razor trying to get in, Mickey flashing forward, is going to find multiple members, but again, there's just no follow-up. Humanoid is there after the ulti's already gone. It's a disaster. Fnatic continue to pull the trigger, but they just can't count to 3. They cannot do it at the same time. The opportunities slipping away left and right.
The G2s, even the KC last split to try and lift that trophy, but it just hasn't come together for this playoffs, and now seeing a potential 3-0. That is going to sting for a team that has put so many resources in, but maybe Vladdy.
They're going to Vladdy on side, buys him a bit more space. Vladdy running, ulti going in, massive shield from Targamas. Vladdy going golden, dodging so many abilities. Kana keeping the push on the side lane, but Vladdy will finally go down. Oscar looking to follow, won't find anyone in the knockup. Kana still hitting that bot lane tier 2. Baron will not fall. Crucially, Targamas caught in the pit. Has flash, making them work for it. Kalist ready to respond. The lockup is there. They will be able to find the kill as well. Fnatic now need to turn. This has to be their Baron. This has to be their moment, but it's Yike waiting over the wall. Yike who can steal it. A 50-50. All of Fnatic's hopes and dreams on a flip.
They know he's there though. He threw that sapling over the wall, so they're more than aware.
Too.
But it's a Smite King, baby. He always gets these. He has the Maokai Q flash Smite here.
Razork, a chance at redemption, goes untargetable. The ulti's still there, gets it in the pit, takes it away! Every last bit of hope denied. Humanoid will at least get 1 kill on the exit. But Fnatic gift wrap the Baron, and Yike more than happy to receive.
That looked like the moment for Fnatic, but actually, well, Humanoid might get Yike off the back. No, he will fall, but it looked like they had it. Maybe that was their window back into the game to pick.
Impossible situation against this map, and with the Hextech Soul as well, slowing them down. Now KC has Hextech Soul, Atakan, plus the Baron Nashor. This surely
finding some good picks, but 1 or 2 picks is just not enough to win a game like
It's
this.
a 7k lead against Soul, against Baron, against the KC that are firing in all cylinders, and it just feels so unattainable for Fnatic.
Could explore, but it's still going to be down for a little bit longer. I do think though that if they're able to hold on to inhibs here, said this last game as well, but oh, they're on to Kana, no flash.
Ulti in, Kana trying to get a bit more time. Upset following, backing away, taking a long time to die. That's a lot of ultimates, but it looks like Kana will fall. No healing, so damn much! God. He's just unkillable. Vladdy, the pushback knocks him into the team, but again, it does not matter. The Azir is just ready to style. Upset running for his life. And these are the final moments of Fnatic in spring. KC complete dominance.
What's an MVP versus split champions? KC tear Fnatic asunder and march towards MCOY.
And KC want their revenge, baby. They were not happy with how the last series played out, and they're coming for MCOY, and they're gonna take it back.